فصل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي سيد العظيم ذو القلب الرحيم سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Amen. Shukran, Imam Jallo. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God of power and might, the creator, the sustainer and preserver of all humankind throughout the whole universe, we continue to bring our supplication unto you that you grant us in every nations of the world good leadership, good administration, good employers, and good business people. We pray that you, by Holy Spirit, will order the life of all humankind to be kind to one another, to be patient with one another, and to demonstrate the spirit of love with each and every human being. We continue to submit the witnesses that will come before us, the TRRC. And we do ask that you will grant them and enable them to be bold in their witness, and also grant the commission the discerning spirit to discern between truth and falsehood. We commit the population of this nation to you and those in the diaspora, that grant them also the spirit of humility and of patience, so that the due process will take its proper course. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much indeed, Bishop Odeko. Council, if we are ready with this morning's witness, you may proceed, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience. We are ready to proceed. May I ask that the witness be ushered in, please?
Thank you.
I, ALHAGIE Lang CEESAY,
nte alhaji lang CEESAY
nte ALHAGIE Lang CEESAY
do swear
mben kalila ko
mben kalila ko
I will speak the truth,
mbe toñale fola
mbe toñale fola
the whole truth,
toñada ma
toña damma
and nothing but the truth.
nte fen fula men manke toñati
nte fen fola min manke toñati
So help me God.
woto alama ala en ndema
to ma ko
Good morning, Mr. CEESAY.
Sama Mr. CEESAY.
Welcome to the TRRC.
Bismillah TRRC.
You say your name is ALHAGIE Lang CEESAY.
Iko ito mo ALHAGIE Lang CEESAY lati.
Are you known by any other name?
Minga about ALHAGIE Lang CEESAY la moli elon to dola bang.
ha
Yes.
And what is that name?
Wala mo ko jumati
ke ba diba
ke ba diba.
Okay. Keba Diba or Lang CEESAY alias Keba Diba.
Ke ba diba dol ka fo Lang CEESAY.
You have just taken a note to speak the truth,
Ke kalo tale andum wala nyindi ko be to nyale fola.
and it is a criminal offense really to lie before the TRRC or to lie on the oath.
Andu nyimmu luwa tinyal ti tonya ye kuma soto balo fo tumala men ye kalota TRRC jang andum gambe banko fana kan luwa tinyal.
So you are well advised to be as truthful as possible.
No ye yamar la nyinna ko police ke modi me alon ko ila kuma kan be avec la tonya lati.
so
You are called today to testify about your encounter with a group of youths around Abuko Lamin area and your subsequent encounters with the NIA and other government security officers.
Ye kuma ni jan dalilo men kam maja wala nyinti ko ini sey nyolo e men inin kafo do e men soro nyola men kata Abuko Lamin fanna ma fa lati biro boda la ina ne muda ye samba NIA fana ye sindi je.
So what is your date and place of birth?
Ila wulu sang ani wulu talu njumal la.
uluta badibu sarikenya
I was born in Badibu, Salikenye,
Date?
19th April 1969
19th April 1969.
Where did you go to school?
Ye karamu njumal ma be
Serakunda Primary School
Serakunda Primary School
from 1977 for after 6 years
1977
To 83.
83
83.
And thereafter, what did you do?
biro boda la muneke
that Latikunda Secondary Technical School
I went to Latrikunda Secondary Technical School.
in Natana Nosia Karamoke.
Then I studied nursing later.
And did you work as a nurse anywhere?
o inara na dugo ke ka ke no so di dinkira ba
Ha
Yes,
Banko Fana Jamama Nosia Duguan.
I went to many parts of the country as a nurse.
Which places?
dinkira jumalu
Nga Bakadaji ke Jimara Bakadaji 91.
I had a stint in Jimara Bakadari, 1981.
Then Nata moved to Kulari, Basse Tundoka.
Then I moved to Kulare in Basse.
Sanji Sabaka or Nata da Basse Family Health Center.
I spent 3 years there. Then I moved to the Basse Health Center.
Natana Sound Tujereng Health Center for now.
Then I transferred to Tujareng Health Center in 96.
And Kercherno 97, the early late part of 97, Kercherno Baba.
Then Kercherno Baba at the latter part of 1997.
Natana eye care course for RVH in 98.
Then I did an eye care course in RVH in 1998.
Then in Natam post Buyam Health Center.
Then I was posted to the Biam Health Center,
From Sibano to Kalaji overseas.
and I oversaw Biam and Kalaji area.
And then from there, Natana Tassin did for 99, 2000.
And from there I went to Sintet between 99 and 2000.
Then from 2000, Nata Hijola, Kabilin Nata Otum Tata Serakunda Health Center.
2000 I went on a pilgrimage. When I returned, I went to the Serakunda Health Center.
Up to somewhere around 90, end of 95, around 96. Tata
2005 or 2006?
Sorry. 2005, 2006. Nata midwifery ke Bansang Koteke. Then
Between 2005 and 6, I studied midwifery at Bansang.
Natana Natam post Banjul Health Center.
Then I was posted to the Banjul Health Center.
You no longer working as a nurse, are you?
Sain tangi manta do ko la ko di fo.
No, mantara service kono say.
No, I'm not within the service at the moment.
Can you tell us what happened on 12 August 2012?
Fo sa fo no nyamuna keda August karotil tang anim fula 2012 sang kono ba.
Jalo Franco mankende also patient lemon from 1991.
You know, I'm an also patient from 1991.
From kata treatment la Dakar.
So I used to go to Dakar on treatment.
CTO. This particular day, kata what treatment on la appointment on la Monday. So Sunday.
On that particular Monday, I was going for the treatment, but on the Sunday
evening, I cross on Monday morning appear at the clinic.
I was across on the evening of that Sunday so that I could appear at the clinic on the Monday morning.
So on my way home, Katana from Kama.
On my way home, going to pick up my belongings.
Abuko interception auto.
As soon as I got to the Abuko intersection, I saw a vehicle parked in front of me and people were surrounding it.
16 passenger van.
It's a 16 passenger van, red in color. So I horned so that it could move, so that I could pass, but it did not move. Then so I diverted to a side to pass.
All of a sudden, group
and all of a sudden that group came and pounced on my vehicle. They asked me to stop because some cattle were coming. When those pass and get inside Abuko, then we could pass.
I was trying to explain
In fact, the boy who was standing in front of my vehicle, I tried to explain to him, telling him that I am not well, I am trying to rush to catch up with the ferry because I was going to the hospital.
In which language did you speak to?
Ya idiamuta kanjumalla.
Mandinka.
In Mandinka.
Was he able to respond to you in Mandinka?
Oh, another silo soro no labanke jabe ni mo kankili mo labam memo Mandinka kamote ba.
Ay la jabiro be keta kuma kamalti do nen role me be collected ni de lo foni so le tambi.
All their responses were just insults, and they were insisting that I had to stop until the cattle passed. Otherwise, I will not proceed.
My question was he able to respond to you in the Mandinka language?
Yes.
Proceed.
I told him that the cattle will not waste my time, because if I should wait, it will disturb me, because I'm supposed to appear at the hospital the next morning. I am on the oath, and I'm saying exactly how the statement was made. So they refused. So the discussion was very not amicable, tense between us. Yeah. So they started to beat me up. They could not hit me by raising their hands and hit me, but they were taking their sticks which they used to hurt the cattle, and they were punching me inside.
From which direction?
Fanna Jumala.
Motola paratero mimbe jama from any of the other side, because what we are baby
at the side windows, because the glass of the window was the car was down.
How many of them were doing that?
He told me tarta ka okela.
Si mom once
there could be up to 20 people.
Boy jamal them minisi kantala ning green boys all thing.
There were many boys, the herders and the green boys.
How did they all manage? How did it happen that all of them converged on you? You were speaking to only one person.
Akeno ranyadi le nyube na dai boite kan karu zata kadia mun mo kilinne.
When they told me to stop,
la atela nani water jama be lore moto nyato.
the time he was coming, The others were already standing in front of the vehicle.
moto stop wala nyama pura kanata.
That was how they stopped the vehicle so that it would not move on.
So atelina ta palantero to kadiya munni.
So he came to the window trying to talk to me.
Wodi nyindol be kurupri no moto la.
But these ones were surrounding the vehicle.
So where were you hit?
Sa ye fadi min dole ye lipa min dole.
Tomoto nanyin kapa fefel to.
On my neck, on my shoulders, on both hands.
Bimbe siri nyame dawda exposed ta sakabon kaboto santola you will be point katam
Just-
kola inside to no.
Just as I am sitting here, any part of my body that was exposed, including my head, were all punched.
What kind of sticks were those?
Kay-
Were they big or small sticks?
Doko sifa nya dillen wara mallem bam fo kanyan dingol lam.
Jari ko la kodon len do manke doko balti bari dole tukuro sotole comme doko e kungo sotole.
These were the sticks they used to hurt cattle. Some of them had knobs at the end, not at the end.
Proceed.
Ten.
Kabiru waketa kumo siata
After that happened, there was a lot of talk.
dole na bunda doyele
Some of them opened one of the front doors.
ye nyanyam bundo muta.
They held my hand.
So dona ta bunda doyele
The other one came, opened the other door,
laftan sabala pour kan jindi.
and they wanted to drag me out of the vehicle.
Ngambulo wafu nyindo bulu
I tried to free myself from this other guy who held me.
ngana jastiko muta.
I held,
Ya kunganyi muta.
I held the gear box,
No,
The jastic.
the handle.
the handle,
Handle of the jastic, right? Pour nyindo kana jindi no on the left side.
so that these ones cannot drag me out of the vehicle from the left-hand side.
Because what convenient pour ngaji.
Because it is more convenient for me to alight from that end.
In that way, murodo ben na moto kono na le am fara muroda banna sale nim banna sale len carbon.
There was a knife in my vehicle which I used to slaughter my sacrificial lamb, and which was used only on the occasion of the Tawaski feast.
Ro Sunday wali ha
For that Sunday,
na sada bonding
early
ko
Sunday,
maro.
I gave out a charity for one of my older brothers.
Ngo murolta nga be nganyum fala ka dada.
It was a knife I used to slaughter the animal and also to flay it.
Dum banna sendi abe moto kono.
So I did not return it, and it was in the vehicle.
Na jasti ko muto ka bambane dum bulo benta muro fe.
As I held the gear stick tightly, my hand touched the knife.
Ma ko be siaren de wo be kering nga muro sika wala nyama dron ngam bulo kari ate kabano nyin kangola ka mutabaro fe.
So in that commotion, in that commotion and in that tense situation, I put my hand around this guy's head and tried to pin him to the steering wheel.
Ngamuro wul tenka ko nsi kanate no janne. Exactly nga word me from kawala fote nsi kanate no janne bari man fela fitino la limbulangata.
I took the knife and I said to him, and I'm telling you exactly what I said to him. I said to him, I can slaughter you now, but I am not in the mood for trouble. Allow me to go.
And what did you do? Did you leave him or did you not?
Sa ite munake fa ya bulala bang fo ye munake.
I eventually left him.
Abra kungo wosi drong akoy pakala ame in Wolof.
When he tried and freed his head from my grip, he said in Wolof, he's holding a knife.
Janjanta.
And they scattered.
Don't defana nga nak ja engage moved.
So I engaged my gear and moved.
Wato ye moto singol nin doko barake moto ko but 4-wheel jangolem I dragged them nge kuruntu nyola kata fo that new petrol station mimbe abuko nature reserve law Crawford.
At that time, they had put some car tires in front of my vehicle wheels and some sticks, but I was able to drag them until the new petrol station.
At this stage, where were the cattle? Have they crossed the road or they were still crossing?
Nyin temben nyin nin sol ile fo atola fo ye silo ya kuntu le bang fo ato man silo kuntu folo.
Fitino wato ni sol na tele dunta.
That at that time, the vehicles, the cattle had already come in. They had already gone in.
Was there any need for your vehicle to be blocked from continuing, as at the time you had this final encounter with the boys?
Ko sulo benu njele ba o wato la puru yetela moto nye banta mila nyato wato men na itene nyin kamba no nyin albe wo nyosa e kan wato men
sulatije
There was no need.
Why did you say that?
They were
mana ya
just
sabu ide ofo
in solbe distance minto kabirin tolbe lori wodlato
distance where the cattle were and where we were standing.
tesita no le
Cattle would not have arrived at that.
So they were far away.
amade be jamfari nen
ebe jamfarne
They were far away.
aussi kela dibo hayna nanne moto lampol koma ikani si furu ikaka fole jaani kankan moto lampol nyaato nan rango be jamfari koma
When the car lights, if you look in front, you'll see the dust and the shape of the cattle coming, but they were far off.
Yes, proceed. please.
10
kabirin futata abukolo wo essentiel dala je
When I got to the Abuko petrol station, I alighted.
njita man ngamano bula do mandi pour wo moto singo se bo moto koto
I went off the road a little bit so that those car tires would be taken out of from under the vehicle.
proceed kata yundum pour kana fenolta
Then I proceeded to Yundum to pick my belongings.
kabin be futala yundum police station
When I got to the Yundum police station,
banjulinding police station
when I got to the Banjildin police station,
police on yang approach nyamin diwe ay moto stop nyamen ro ngalon ko ya kumandile ka kuma fay
the manner in which the policeman stopped my vehicle, I suspected that he must have been called and informed about the incident.
At this stage, did you have an idea who are the people you had an encounter with?
fo tembola fo anara ne les isondo moto la bang kay tandila ko itani wo mol meo nyosa bo soto jumal na mol
o wato mimbe jo sabo be kering ngaji don ko fula kantar lalle muti
At the time that
kantar musa fo kantar lalle kana any trade nation but ngaji ko kantar ni si kantar lalle mu jari ko le muti
At the time that tussle was happening, what I thought was these were just cattle herders.
Did you at that stage know who owned the cattle?
fo tembola anara ne isondo moto kay tandila ko jumal ta mo ni solti
kabano ka fole ko yala ni so le katambi
Yes, the boy was saying Yaya's cattle are passing.
So which Yaya was he referring to?
abe ya jumal law
Yaya Jammeh.
former president of the republic
All right. And when you arrived at Abuko, the police stopped you.
yeah banjulinding police station
Banjulin police station. What happened next?
mana kita bidi fudara banjulundum police station or police lo de nyaro
ako nganda kaytol ako nyela kaytol le
He said to me, "Where are your documents?"
nge bondi nge yela license on insurance
I removed them and handed over to him the license and the insurance.
ako nye jorangole be bulu moto kono banka ha
He asked me, "Do you have a weapon inside your vehicle?" And I said, "Yes."
ako nyale ngamuro sika ngadia
He said to me, "Where is it?" I picked up the knife and handed it to him.
ako nye ini mole joteta siloka
He said to me, "Did you have any trouble with people along the way?"
nka ha ako nye ko nge arrest
I said to him, "Yes," and he said, "I'm told to arrest you."
yeah okay mbita suwo kono ngana fengol ta ninnata ngata station auto
I told him, "Well, I'm going to my house to pick up my belongings. When I come, we can go to the station."
akabe dun na moto kono nka no na particular be bulu kay no need mbatu jandro ngana
He wanted
fengo
to
fenke manda lambina sai
come into the vehicle, and I told him it was not necessary since you have my particulars. Just allow me to go home and I'll come.
Did he tell you who asked him to arrest you?
aya fo na majumala ko pura e mudaba
ani amo nakumo mafuta auto
No, we did not.
mo entertain
We didn't discuss that. We didn't entertain that.
Proceed.
nte ngata to station auto ndata suwo kono ngana bago ni tawelota murta na ngata raje
I left him at the station, went home, picked my bag and my towel, and returned back to the station and found him there.
ngabulandi moto kono ndata abuko station
He boarded the vehicle and I took him to the Abuko station.
because ako silo kana ako nyoko abuko station le sulate
Because along the way, he told me that you are needed at the Abuko station.
futata
He arrived,
eso membije
SO that was there
konye ini mole dunta nyola nkai ha
said to me, "You have a problem with people, some people?" I told him yes.
ani life family farm akonye kani life family farm
He said to me, "Kanilai family farm."
Okay, so akonye mbatungate ikumandi na yenana.
I said to him, okay, but then he said to me, give me time, let me call them so that they can come.
Nga bulandi na moto kono ntata kata abukola interception auto pour nga nyolu taraje ni na nyola.
I put him in, he boarded my vehicle. I took him along to the Buko intersection so that we could bring these people to come along with them.
Okay, ntolbe ni lendo ka minkata itolni trakito fa ibina ni lendo ka konye ko ifeleti kana ntonta ni batu station.
We were on the right lane going, and they were coming also on the other lane and full in a tractor, and he said here they come, and so we took a turn and we came along.
Okay, kabili fata station auto iduntana iduntana station o kono minu kuntaje because amang wara baake minu kuntaje wol duntana.
When they arrived, they got into the station because the station is not very wide, so those who could fit came inside. He asked me,
ila timo miya lead Badu Bojang,
the one that led the team, Badu Bojang,
Which team are you referring
The team Juma
Grupo Minata.
the group that came,
This Kanilai family farm group ni.
the Kanilai family farm
Was
group.
there jele ngalon ko Kanilai family farm la mollem.
It was there that I knew that these were people of the Kanilai family farm.
Ni alon ko green boy solo be kono nin this ex soldiers so mi alon ko ka bia ni solo kanta ya.
Amongst them were green boys, and the others were ex-soldiers who herded cattle for Yaya.
Nga the story in the side of the story explain because what you tell you complain or safe jele fabant.
So I explained my side of the story, but before that they had already lodged their complaint, and all that was written down.
Then that Mr. Bojang kwenye ko kabla kumuola mai fabada kwenye Dr. misunderstanding of his words.
So that Mr. Bojan, after listening to everything, said to me, Doctor, they are hands, and he took a red pen and ruled.
And what did that signify to you?
Koto mo muneti itete fe.
Atende ko kumo nyimbantal case ni ya cancel.
To signify that everything is over, the case has been cancelled.
Nimini be nyodala including Badu ngabulo di nyobulo.
Those that we were close together with, including Badu, we shook hands.
Atara kabrim binaka nteni sirfo dole nyanta tala nyora Dakar. Nga pik nyolo be banta.
At the time I was coming, I came along with one Sirifo. We were supposed to go to Dakar together, but he was outside.
Don't take all that wrong. Ning eso nga nyoko nga bulo di nyola ka ndekata Dakar.
Took pick him, and we shook hands with the SO, and I told him that we are proceeding to Dakar.
Tol borta wala nyaman tata ala ndema nga ferio taraje blata ferio ko cross ta fo amdallah.
That was how we went, and luckily we met the ferry and we crossed.
So coming when you call another impact in Kalabuta, name be Kuliata for I hit another in the Kokono, Ntongo Jamfana Yitita.
But after the incident, I experienced some pain, some swellings on my arms, my neck.
Ninkungo Jambe Baramari water, Fana Yitita, Silfo Konyako Bari, Mini Baramal,
my head too was injured, it was swollen. The Serifo told me you are injured. I said, well, let's just leave everything in the hands of God. I said, because during the time of this problem, anything could have happened, but registered.
After registration, there's this ASP ALHAGIE CEESAY.
After the registration, there was an ASP called ALHAGIE CEESAY. I was standing with him outside beside my vehicle. We were chatting.
Ala telefono for vibration of ringing a man show, but I attention or call attention or data la telephone.
I don't know whether his telephone rang or it was on vibration, but somehow his attention was drawn to his telephone.
Nga moy ako ALHAGIE lang CEESAY.
I heard him say ALHAGIE lang CEESAY.
Abuko station.
Abuko station.
Okay, Kanila family farm. Ala what so?
Kanila family farm, and these were his words.
Then Abafukan, yes sir, okay sir, yes sir, okay sir.
Then he was saying yes sir, okay sir, yes sir, okay sir.
I telephone lan.
He placed the telephone.
Konye dombay, hana defa am nyo jotel siyon.
And said to me, my relative
Wolof.
in Wolof, did you have any problems with people along the way?
Okay, wow. Okay, why case bijena nyom nyune misunderstanding now.
I said to him yes, but the case has ended because they said it was only a misunderstanding.
Akonye nyune majapala fi.
He told me, well, they told me to keep you here.
Yeah, okay.
I said okay.
Then akonye ila moto dundi.
Then he told me to take my vehicle inside.
Ntela moto be lore ni adame ani distance ni ani border la distance kadun Senegal kono, it's just like the edge of the world. Janning the edge of the world.
Where I was, my vehicle was parked and the Senegalese side of the border. The distance was just like from where I am on the edge of the world.
Meter tanne fulade amanya na tambila wala.
Between 10 and 12 meters, not more than that.
Andu ngatante nyato min simbal dunda border kono.
And there's nothing in front of me that can stop me from crossing the border.
Bari nyintama be nako manfenke mola.
But I had this mindset that since I have done nothing wrong to anybody,
Nga moto ton nga park ila moto gara soto suo kono je. Police station la quarters to je.
I turned the vehicle and parked inside at the police headquarters.
So yen sorong go cage kono.
The
Immigration like cage mimbe Amdalai police post to je.
So they locked me at the cage,
In the cell.
in the cell at the immigration.
Man dun selo fan kono.
I did not
Yaron ika cage le follow soto. Giria solem.
I did not go into the cell. You know you have a cage.
It is still a cell, but go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes, okay. Thank you for clarifying. Mfani keta lori woto.
I was there the whole night
For fano keta.
till morning.
Ye one jobate. Something jobate. O kumandina.
There was one Jobate who was called
Ko ayen samba banyu.
and told to take me to Banjul.
Was in plain cloth. Aman uniform odum.
He was not dressed in uniform, he was in plain clothes.
Wolun sama keta baki.
That day it rained heavily.
Ganna moto malakote ngo bulandi.
I started my vehicle, took him on board, and we went.
Furata terminal to lotaka ferry but almost 3 hours mbelorinje.
We got to the terminal and we spent about 3 hours waiting for the ferry.
Selta Santo anata mbe siri moto kono mbabatu.
We went upstairs and I was in the vehicle waiting for him.
Abe sino la mfele. Sino bebe sonari mbulle pour ngata na hajo la bari.
He was sleeping beside me and everything was very easy for me to go on my own business, but I didn't do anything.
They treated the matter as a state matter.
They treated the matter as a state matter.
Then ferry nata ye priority dinna ndunta nyato.
So when the ferry arrived, we were given a priority and we boarded in front.
Tata for Abuko station. Kabin ferry land don tata state Abuko station.
When the ferry landed, we went straight to the Abuko station.
I handover, that was new coming 4, 5, 6, 5 miles from there, around 5.
And he handed me over between 4 and 5 in the evening.
At a tonta.
He returned.
Then nko eso nyeko.
Then I said to the SO,
Kaya kunu mansuro sin.
I said to him, I did not sleep overnight.
And mansuri ndumbe sundini.
And I did not have my breakfast and I'm fasting.
Kaya ni stand osu kono nga rest domanding fo sunte ko la nganana.
I requested to be allowed to go home and rest and return after breaking the fast.
Doctor, what the problem?
He said, Doctor, that is not a problem.
Why do they call you doctor?
Sabu ke kumandi doctor.
Alors, ni ntola in Africa ni kapten guro ka bara hani ka paracetamol di ka fa ne doctor.
Well, you know, here in Africa, even if you only carry out injection or give out paracetamol, you are identified as a doctor.
So comme ato woto fanan ka akuliata kunal da to ben kam bakele fayda
That name also is
into
one.
sabam jamben nan safono wala
That name
sorry
is
one
one.
mention earlier
That name is one that is frequently used, to identify me. If I were to have a third name, that is a name it would be. Sorry that I did not mention this earlier on.
ngamoto malantata suoko
I started my vehicle and went home.
Were you released? Were you granted bail at that time?
Oye bail dilal ban o wato la ba.
ani kuma man ka chafolo va
There was no discussion
Masikuntu.
at the time before any judgment. There was no talk.
ni
there was
fama
no talk yet.
sije malon folo
What brought me there, I was not yet told.
dada ngalla suoko no fo ngasal ngalla
I went home, prayed, and slept
fo fitro sita nga sungotei
until around 7, and I broke fast.
a fitro sali ngalla do mandin kote
I prayed the 7 p.m. prayers, and I slept again, lay down again.
barata 9 almost around 9
I woke up around 9.
nkonna mus nga telefono sika
I picked up the telephone.
nga eso call
I called the SO.
kay ko be station otole ba
I asked him, "Are you still at the station?"
ko ni hani mantara je folo
He said, "No, I'm not there yet."
okay I'm going ahead of you
And I said, "Well, I'm going ahead of you."
ntenga moto mala nkonna wife embe fintla nga nana
I started my vehicle. I told my wife that I'm going out and coming back.
data station auto
I went to the station.
minute tang nyong wucho kono eso lo anata
Between 10 minutes or so, the SO came.
ako nyamba tunga nyinu kwal banga jibe yanana nga nyin ko kacha
He said, "Wait for me. Let me call these people so that they can come and we discuss this issue."
ko okay
I said, "Okay."
buluma kala kala telefono to ngaje within 10 minutes ko take miss pajero ta dark glasses
We made a call, and within 10 minutes, a Mitsubishi vehicles came in with tinted glasses.
mo fula jita je
2 individuals alighted.
ilingo ngalon ne kabrim benu Gambia Kung Fu la president yala Gambia Kung Fu Association la president yala
One of them I knew while I was president of the Gambia Kung Fu Association.
telanga black belt city ate no kabri ba inaugurate la
I was the one who awarded him the black belt when he was inaugurated.
wonata anin kewdo mi nga fana londe c'est comment passing to me ka fa Liz Gomez, the late Liz Gomez.
He came with some other person I knew also called Liz Gomez, the late Liz Gomez.
Did they both work for the same institution?
Be do ko ke kan do ko gunda kilon leba.
Yes, nata lon ko nyi ibu fana tarta NIA leje.
Yes, I later knew that this Ibu was also with the NIA.
Wato Liz ngalon no kata be NIA because naka midle.
The time I knew Liz was in the NIA because we usually met.
And then ye ngayo konton
We greeted.
ning idunta kono to ye eso kumani.
They went inside and called the ESO.
1 or 2 minutes eso fana yankumana.
After 1 or 2 minutes, the ESO called me.
Liz konya hai CEESAY yewla.
So Liz said to me, "Oh, CEESAY, it's you."
Kay chilan
I said, "In what?"
konye yo ya jote ak wa Kanilai family farm.
He said, "You are the one who had a problem with the people of the Kanilai family farm."
Kay wa
I said, "Yes."
konye nyine ma jelsi
He said, "They told me to pick you up."
nkay fo ma jeme
So I said to him, "Where are you taking me?"
konye NIA.
He said, "NIA."
Kay okay.
I said, "Okay."
Yela moto mala ngana moto mala mbulate no.
They started their vehicle, and I started my vehicle, and I followed them.
Data for ni tamita Joshua na the second to last petrol station before sting kono ko ñu follow.
We went until
Moto dada ke je ma fa.
when we reached Joshua before the petrol station, where there is a garage.
Sama be keka.
It was raining.
La moto me be nyato a signal ta bulu bala.
Their vehicle, which was ahead of me, signaled to the right.
Fana signal tan di lota a distance deal.
I also signaled. They parked and I parked, leaving a distance between us.
Kambano min ka fo nga la belto sita ka me ibusanya.
That man I told you, I tied his black belt called Ibusanya.
I awarded him the black belt called Ibusanya.
Wo jita na
He alighted.
nata asita na moto nyato.
He came and sat in front of my vehicle.
Odo tata mbulata no.
The other one proceeded and we followed after him.
Konye ko yalon CEESAY ibe sabarlal drong ni la cool.
He said to me, well, CEESAY, you just have to be patient. You know, these people and their things.
Yeah, muneketa.
I said, what's
Tell me
happening?
what's going on.
What's going on?
Akonye no hani fe mbari yaro la cool kasiyali.
He said nothing, but you know, these people, their things are too much.
Kaya ngabe to alabu.
I told him, let's leave everything with God.
Tententa wanya form futata NIA.
We proceeded like that until we got into the NIA.
Dunta ila moto dunta na mfana dunte no.
The vehicle went in and I also followed them in.
Parkta marala.
We parked on the left.
Ambano nyun kwenye loja mafo.
And the man told me, stand this other side.
Ndejita.
We all alighted.
Lis kwenye ko ila bagasole ila kaitole.
He said to me, where are your belongings? Where are your documents?
Kwenye adinyo la tabulo toja.
He said, give to these people here at the desk.
So na back in the Bambul na kaitole information na left and kaitole family baby arena boro boy kono no.
I had a small bag, my papers, my documents, and my medication were all there.
So ngaw kaito ngaw back in the ngadi ala.
So I took the small bag and handed it over to him.
Kwenye fente la jifo kono ko hani.
He asked me, do you not have anything inside your pockets? I said no.
La telephone le ko fele.
Where are your telephones? And I told them, here they are.
Elise kwenye okay be subat ni waxtan mayo.
Then he said to me, till tomorrow. Tomorrow you and I are going to discuss.
Kay dama fanan fi.
I said to him, am I spending the night here?
Kwenye wow suma ñew electric ni waxtan.
He said to me, yes, tomorrow as soon as I come, we will discuss.
Ko okay.
I said, okay.
Tung do mimbe ni gatsol mimbe je.
So the guards that were there,
Ilin ko do e ko ala samba o selo to jana.
one of them said to the others, take him to that other cell there.
Nkay ko wel nimbe dula de termo ton ka fitile den kala fent lale.
I told him that when I am in a tight place, I used to suffocate and sometimes I almost faint.
Akonye ni na taje katare fan sawo.
He told me, when you come here, you are not always doing things according to your will.
Okay.
I said, okay.
Yen samba
He took me.
yen dundi NIA konoto la tata kofta bulu bala la do te den natan dundi bundo kona e cage bunda fulale bala ten.
They took me inside the NIA and into a room which had a door, cage-like looking.
Sita mang situation no mira no mang alhalo landi no nyama.
I sat down and I could not come to understand everything that was happening around me.
Fon telephone be alhalo nyun kono akamunta fe si bolti mbuka faham no.
So it was like a dream to me. I couldn't understand.
Ayen ko mama ni dala tambitan ko wala.
It shook me. It was beyond what I could actually come to perceive. I got up and decided to pray.
Bidon dingo do je loring ngaw sunkan wo kete sumunati.
There was a bottle standing.
Plastic bottle.
When I smelled it, it was the smell of urine.
Do nyin kense mabe loring.
There was another one there, empty, standing there.
Mbe jakalin sarji mutanyala.
I was confused as to how to perform my ablution.
This was around about 11:30 time.
Then I heard the doors opening and the sound was approaching me. This was around 11.
Inata yo igirias dani yele ya jolobo ni ya yele.
They removed the chain and they opened the door.
God konye ko CEESAY.
God said to me, CEESAY,
Edan kuja mole sulate.
come and answer here. You are needed here by some people.
Tambitambulatano.
He proceeded and I followed after him.
Okay. Ntata ayensele ndi santon dunta hol jambala kono komi nying.
He took me upstairs and we got to a big hall just as this place is.
Molbe siri nyato bar sira rangole be lo intenting.
People were sitting in front, but there were rows of seats on the sides.
Abrate futa bundata e daele.
When he got to the door,
mfintita wolu kanteng.
when he opened the door, when we arrived, he opened the door and I got inside and I faced them.
Lampo be malari.
The lights were on.
Ankulima do ko for us for use bang I told for that either us or use, but it sounds like that.
There was a deep voice I heard say, "Os or use."
Kai the light.
Said to him, "The lights."
Dung watamatan from the group na benta sirangol tema.
So that guy walked from the group and we met in the middle of where the chairs were arranged.
How was the person dressed?
awo mari nying ay ala dum fen wala fedo fato la men dungi be nyaadi le
ke yere le may ordinary clothes de dundro my uniform do ordinary clothes de bara
He was dressed in ordinary clothes, not in any uniform.
simi so le manin kutujam
Had a shirt and a long trousers.
nyenkelenta nyoy en tambita
So we gave each other way and we passed.
ndebe futala nyinna ate lampo fa
As I was getting to these people, he put off the lights.
so ele telephone no malate ya jimindi kurunkane sute
So they put on their telephones and they turned them over so that I could not recognize them.
okay insita imafo nye jumala muitolti
I sat down, but they did not identify who they were.
konye si insita
They told me to sit down, and I sat down.
yonkuru
They surrounded me.
Did you know who asked you to sit down?
yalo na jumali kanin ka fo si
ha ko la nata lon ko pabo janne
Yes, after the incident, I came to realize that it was Paboja.
telephone on ko di light
He was the one who also said the light.
And who is this Pavoja?
mala nyim pabo jantoti
teletarta no KGI International
He was the one at the KGI International.
Did he have any relationship with Yaya Jammeh?
ani ya jame badiya ma hadama ya be te malaba
hay e ka barin dum
Yes, they said his
And what do you mean by KGI?
nephew.
eji keji ya koto munati
kanin la group international
Vanilla Group International.
ila branch benu traffic light Karaba Avenue
Their branch was at the traffic light, Karba Avenue.
and then
so insita yonkuru
I sat down and they surrounded me.
ate fo telephone la fo recorder en dal bare abe lampo mala den ne o be signal kan ne akanyinin ka muneketa
He was questioning me, but he held something which was signaling. I don't know whether it was a telephone or a recorder.
nga aketa nyame nga be fay nga min fo je ye min fo aketa nyame exactly nga fay wala nya
I narrated to him exactly what transpired.
e kuma fe ngoni stop
He stopped that thing he was holding.
mo na ne finti da band
The four of them went outside.
after wati dantan drong e murtana
After a short while, they returned.
o mesema min na ben data lampo fa
That slim guy we met with who went to put off the lights
ko nyi suru akamoto yo yaay ban Yaya Jammeh
said to me in Wolof, "You are the one who is against Yaya Jammeh.
sume ko
Undress."
ndela den ko jimo kon ka sabadoro bondi yam fufu
Just as I bended down to remove my shirt,
dolen bulo muta dolen bulo muta dolen simfulol muta tantin yang muta al hawa kono nyama yang sakindi fonyo kono nyama
some held my feet, others held my hand, and I was suspended in the air like that.
Spread
lip.
eagle and
Yes.
te ya commence wala nyama kallipa fole mulu wala bare asibulu kon nim fulola kafunyo mo sitantin bara kuliyata do manding
They started beating me with something which was like a plastic, but if you put two of your
like
fingers,
rubber.
rubber, yes, you put
It's
two of
like
your
fan belt.
something like that bara tiktale nak
stick.
liparo meta diminta
The beating took a long time. It was painful.
kwae ko nga ubijin kalte bulu kanata mbweta luma
I wiggled myself from their grips and I escaped, but fell down.
mbe ton ka nyame kote liparo na ta kote ke rombulo benta folo busara ngonyum fe ngamuta
So as I turned, the beatings continued. So the whip that was coming down on me, I gripped it with my hand.
ngamuta hamo minna tenala sabo hamo ando amanke ke bambandinti aboytan kan akumbali mo bentan ngaro feja
So I held it so tight because he was not a very powerful guy. As he was trying to pull, he fell on me and his knee hit me on my side.
that heavy voice wo kankulima kaya kote ke stopal
That heavy voice told him to stop.
aya tabulu
He took it from him,
wo be recording na de kabri murtana kote ka recording start le kote
and all that while he was recording because when they returned, he was continuing
In
the
that
recording.
during that beating, were you crying?
wali
Were
paro
you
nyu
screaming?
wali paro nyu waron ngono fo tarta ka wuri bamba ka kumbo
hanim man kumbo bari kabri mba fara kabri ko ngabula
No, I did not cry, but when he told me to release it,
wato fayda on koritere kan koririŋo kono kuma kan koririŋo to nkaya ko i ka miŋ ke na kan diminen ɗum man fen kela
At that time, I was desperate, and I told him that
was weak.
What
I was weak.
I was weak, and what I told him was, what you're doing to me is painful,
And I have not done anything.
Anything to you.
and I've not done anything to you.
Otelem o heavy voice min natalon ko pa bojan nem
That was when that heavy voice that I later come to know to be Pabojans,
o kaya ko stop al
he told him to stop.
den ay busaw mun mutabulu
Then he took the whip from him.
isi lampo ni jeten tinabi kapeto lipala for many times
You'll see him hitting the carpet for many times.
As he was doing that, where was this recording device?
ababul amara ko
na ben ke ga nyin masingo nyin ka recording game men na
He
be
held it in his left hand.
kuma kantaro ba mara ko no buso ba bulu ba ko na be kapeto lipala
He had the recorder on his left hand, the whip on his right, and he was beating the carpet.
fa meta anata abula awulta lot
After it took some time, he stopped and stood up.
be wulta ko nyeko nimiye nyininka ya fa e ngeli pale
So they all got up, and he said to me, if you are asked, tell them that we beat you up.
Did that leave any impression with you?
fo kuma ka on nyin yo men fo da fo na kuma tu sondo mo kono ba
komin dro ngaje ko li parosi fulan janno len o miro do tartanna ni o masila ngole be sirin dron ko li parosi sen kan no le wor
The thought I had was that the beating can be reported, that can be repeated. That was the fear I had.
But how about the hitting of the mat, of the carpet?
kapeto nyin na lipo nyin du
away tandina aya tandina ko komin ay bala fa soto nyele na kuma nyato fulan janga be ko abe o ke kan kamole hakilo sabatindi ko abe kule ke kan atara man tara ke kan
That showed me that he has some sympathy for me, and also to appease someone that he has done.
he is doing something actually when actually he was not doing that
Doing something when actually he wasn't doing it.
But what about the recording device?
o kuma kan tara on nyin du
o fana ya tandina ko aka nyin kuma kan halo membe kering aka kuma kan ta ka san mole wara mole be lamay kan
That is to say that what he was doing is either he was recording it for someone to listen to later, or whether that was used as a listening device for someone to actually get to hear what was happening at the material time.
But the reality is you were also tortured.
to nya keso men de wala nyin di defan tajire yal
yenta jere yala ke
Yes, I was tortured.
Did you sustain any injuries?
o be ko kera in kola ikang ina na barmol so le ba
ha waɗo ni mbarma ɗol ɓe ñoola fama min ni min botana abu ko wolma mawlo kalamal on folo ñin ɗol nata nan ko fanan nata be baramata dendi ko ka koleya balaten ne
Yes, I had injuries because I came with the injuries from Abuko. Those were not yet taken care of. These ones also came. And sometimes even my shirt used to stick on my body.
ɗol tata
enten
yen tuje
He went and left me there.
gat ñin janni ɓe findita kilintuta koma
He went out, but one stayed behind.
telela banta fintila mbe sirin damen commenting
He was the last to go out. I was sitting down, just like here.
natanin komala ya bulolan kabo kanten
He came behind and put his hand on my neck
ko ñe sise
and said to me, Sike,
ko ñe sabarota
tell me, be patient.
a toñaji le bare mankunoje
We have seen the truth, but we cannot do anything about it.
his words
These are his words.
ko atomo buba jatalete
He said,
jata
his name was Buba Jata.
okay then atata gad ñin natan kamma ay lampo malan tata
He went, and then the guard came and put on the light and took me.
From what you say,
e men fo
was the NIA aware, the NIA as an institution, were they aware that you were being tortured?
fo comme ila kuma kan nyi ya sata ja nyame fo ena el nyin ko do ko bundalem fo wol ya kala mudala ko yesamba jere ki tajire ya ila sansan kono jeba
nin kini munti itollen tabi yen nibo
If I am to say my own perception, they are the ones who cooked up this thing and they dished it out to me.
They know very well. Itole alone ne bayre itole sambana ila institution auto ila mole fanan kan di mole kallipa.
They know it.
Yeah, alone very well.
Because they were the ones that brought me to the institution, and it was the people who handed me over to people who tortured me.
Proceed, please.
Yenjindi woto yenjindi o stairs to ntata dumala nika finti drong self la be nyobala je yendu de killing kon.
Took me down the stairs. As soon as you come out, there were 2 cells, and they put me into one of them.
Does the cell have a name?
Yes. Later, the second day nata moy guard killing ka for do ko ko tasalo sikana mbamba dinka dato jeba and then tetamira tasalo la obunda to je.
It was the following day that I heard one of the guards say to the other, pick up the kettle from Bambadinka. And while I was passing to the cell, I saw the kettle standing there.
That's how I knew the name.
That's how I knew that it was Bambadinka that I was blocked in.
Proceed.
And then
it was janjanta.
Then they dispersed.
Ngalla wo nyamale.
I spent the night there like
Janning guard nyimbita ay kabafula sambanyena.
Before the guard left, he brought 2 bottles for me.
Jebe do kono do be empty.
One had water, the other was empty.
Kwenye ni be jala mutale isinyi use. Isinyi do use salji mutwa.
Said if you are using yourself, you can use this other one, and the other you can use it for ablution.
Watu wale nata kataka dendu ko nyim bondi no mbala. Salji muta, it was half torn.
That was when I tried and removed the shirt from my body, which was half torn.
Then nga salji muta ntete sarola fo sino yon korindi wato min nangal carton le bije half wet calculo be sinande calculo be jare butunga la wala kan o carton le kawonya.
That was how I prayed until I got sleepy, and then there was a curtain on the floor which was half wet. That was where I lay on.
Fano ketan nim moment kuma fo moment fem fonye fana for almost the same time suto ko
Daybreak, nobody spoke to me. I was just like that until almost the same time in the night.
But this was Ramadan time. Did
Yes.
you eat?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Mandomorke.
I did not eat.
The following day in name sunte wato.
It was the following day when it was time to breakfast. There were biscuits in the vehicle and my water.
Nga kumandiro ke wo sambanya na nga sungote wala the following day.
I called someone to bring them for me, and that was what I used to breakfast the following day.
Between 11 12 suto kote na tan normal.
Between 11 and 12 midnight, they came after me again.
Da yele tadura kwenye ko CEESAY.
The door was opened, and the guy said to me, CEESAY, come and answer. People need you.
Who said that to you?
Security. The guard. Security, yes.
The same security?
Yes. He took me upstairs again.
This time, lampo be firing.
This time, the lights were off.
Mammo sute cigarette sisi ole be parim bunkono and cigarette malo ni mobile on mimbe jimirin du.
I did not see anybody. I did not recognize anyone. All you heard was the scent of cigarette and cigarette lights and mobile lights.
Did you smell any alcohol?
Oh, is fenne zero tawa men kamunta membe munul defe ko dolo.
Yes, that was in the atmosphere. Yes. Those who were standing over me and beating me, they were smelling of alcohol. As I got to them, they told me to sit down. I think they came with 3 branches when they were coming. Those were the ones that caused me more injuries, because some of them cut my skin, some of them tore through. I was explaining, they were beating me, they were asking me, I was explaining what happened, they were beating me until their sticks were all broken. They got up and they told me that if anybody should ask you, tell them that we have beaten you up. When they were taking me downstairs to take me where they took me earlier,
wato ñilli parlal findita sayen
At that time, these beaters had already gone.
la moto be lo na moto dala lampu polo koto
Their vehicle was parked close to my vehicle under the lamp pole.
be dun kad selo yon kono wato min ngaje moto pick up fingole mu
When I was getting into my cell, I saw a black pickup.
ala side ada safira bala jonglas
On the sides was written Junglers.
a headlight jama soto ko kan santo either 4 or 5 dar wo ñom ba ko kan
And
santo
there was a row of headlights in front, either 4 or 5.
nga mol min jeje some of them mo fula bije wole ñi fel hato le dum
Two people I saw, the people I saw there, two of them were putting on felt caps.
mo sababe kono min yalan ko e fen fin wole dum bari the distance on be ni te mante al halo sute no
Three individuals were there who were dressed in black, but because of the distance between where I was and where they were, I could not make out who they really were.
ngalla wo nyama
I slept like that.
o so manda
Following morning,
6 tala woro ma fon
around 6,
inate daere
they came and opened the door.
sise
They say,
be kula le bang
"Are you going to take bath?"
ko e hani
I said to them, "No."
sulata manela
"What do you need?"
ko e hani fe
I told them nothing.
ko nyoke
They said, "Okay."
donata musu donata ay o carton sinande o bondi
One lady came, took the wet curtain,
e jalamta kapoto nyim bondi
and took the chamber pot.
ye je fita do mandi
They cleansed the place a little bit,
data
closed the door.
for 9-10 ma fa wala
I think around 9 or 10,
yen kumandi ko ten sandu
they called me upstairs again.
nata yen samba je ko nyem wala sulate
They came, took me up there, and told me people need you there.
ni ndo mo so mandalti
This was in the morning.
ngata bulu batala loring
I found a big table.
siran fula ba nyato siran kilimba fay
Two chairs were in front of it. One was on its own.
gad nyen sindi wota tata
The guard sat me down there and left.
to tanin nabe siari mol bela hajol topoto kanje mol katambinna ngal don lo modol yen jeje
There was coming in and out of people, and some people who knew me saw me there.
bije ro mo fula fintina na bundo kono ina tan tar salo ento isita sira waninka
I was there. After some time, two individuals came from inside and sat there with me.
ye fan
Did they
introduce
yes, please, go ahead.
ye fan introduce nye ko do ka to mo sol bagilete abata state house state guard commander
They introduced themselves. One said he was Sol Baji from the State House.
do ka to mo atobo tan kono le an akondom mo gajagaleti
The other one, I've forgotten his name, but the
tele
surname
NIA
is,
director to state house
his surname is Gajaga, and he was the NIA director at the State House.
iko yaale kina pure na ay na nyininka muneketa
He said that Yaya sent them to come to me to ask me what happened.
ay kuma kan tarango mala ay landin tema
He took a recorder, put it on, and put it in between us.
Which Yaya sent them?
Yaya Jumaleki.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
State
Yaya
House.
Jammeh?
yeah jamme former president of Uganda
Proceed, please.
And then
ay kuma kan tarango landi ay nyininka
He put the recorder down and asked me.
ako nyaare kinan ako ngane nyininka muneketa
He said, Yaya sent us to come and ask you what happened.
ko be explain aketa nyame ngamin foje nga fo wala nyama nga ke nyame nga ke wala nga fo wala nyama
I explained everything to him. What I said there, what I did there, I told him exactly what happened.
barata drong ay kuma kan tarango nyinta fa
He sprang up, took the recorder, and put it off.
tonta ka mo nyoy ko
He turned and said to his colleague,
traffic offense.
"Traffic offense."
What is that doing at the State House until the president have to handle the file? Okay, traffic offense. What come in the State House for President from Marala or Kaito?
He said, "Traffic offense. What business has it got to do with the State House to the extent that the president is even getting involved?"
Is handling the dossier, is handling the case file. Proceed.
Cabre of a Damale Nyoji, Konyako anyway.
When they said that, they looked at each other and then they said, "Anyway,"
Konyam Bena report was a fail and Bulala.
he said, "We are going to write our report and we will release you."
A Wulta.
They got up.
Janibe Wulla,
Before they got up,
International Malon Kobulukon Flote Meka, Eka Kaito Maboji.
Did you tell them you were tortured?
I
ya fo ne ko e tajire yara ba
Yes, yes. Everything that happened, some of them get a jangabe for it.
Everything
In
that-
fact, Mbolo Benjamin what time or Nimi and Jereban Nako, Nintambita Pula.
Whatever, all the things that happened there, I told them. In fact, the state of my body was such that anyone that saw me would know that I have passed through something.
So, yeah, numbers of it, yeah, in case you need us.
So they wrote numbers and handed them to me and said in case I needed them.
Yeah, I can name you Bulukondim Faro Flow Tema Tenting.
They put that them between my two of my fingers.
Tata.
They left.
Gardner Tanka Makotega and Cindy Lisla office on Yatino, Sirano.
God came and collected me and took me, and I sat in front of Lisa's office.
So
There was
you
a
know-
chair there.
Sol Gajaga Meta Lisla office for
But at this stage, were you aware that Sol Baji was in fact the commander of the junglers?
ari fo tambon fo na na lo ya lo ne bang sol baji atelam jongula la ko nyaron ko dima
Hani Walla, Hani Amoma from Malon, Walla Nara, dear followers.
Not at all, because if you know him personally, that was the first time I'm seeing him.
Namanka, Famfonia Minka, Telemu, State Guard Commander.
If not for the introduction that he told me that he was a state guard commander.
There and then, Imbe Batuka, Liz Gomez Beconoto.
I was there waiting for them, and they were inside with Liz Gomez.
If Internet Cote, Inkumo Bambandinho, Mbebula later.
They came out and they they emphasized this statement they made earlier on that they were going to release me.
After some time, Liz Yankumandi Konoto,
After some time, Liz called me inside
through a guard,
through a guard.
guarding somebody.
The guard took me there.
Akonyeko, doctor, we have nothing against you. I'll let you go.
He said to me, "Doctor, we don't have anything against you. I'll let you go." And that was his statement.
We have nothing against you. I'll let you go home.
We have nothing against you. I will let you go home.
Okay, but it ain't alone.
I said to him, "But you know me very well.
Mbe surrounding them and mankuke min jarta.
Where I was detained, have done nothing wrong to warrant that.
Min batinal ben surrounding them.
It warrant being locked in this place."
Konye no, sa ita murla utafang.
He said, "No. As for now, now you are not going back to that place."
Konye mbatu aida honye guard kumandi guard nata aka samba guard room.
He opened the door, called the guard, and told him to take me to the guard room.
Yenjindi wala nyama yen samba guard room.
That was how they took me downstairs to the guard room.
Natilo toke wolto.
I spent the remainder of the day there.
Then je 4 days na family malom bedame. I was held in Communicado.
I was there for 4 days, and my family did not know where I was. I was held in Communicado.
Man access to na treatment la.
I did not have access to my treatment.
Ma access to lawyer la.
I did not have access to a lawyer.
Ma access to na family la.
I did not have access to my family.
For banna salo la astafla sungar salo
After the corrective prayers,
la samu.
following day,
Oh, alumo fong bang. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Get a sign, but man left kuma for la mim mantara keri.
I'm not sure whether it was the very day or the day after. It's been a long time, and I'm careful not to say
Kono
something
em
that is not
batandi
true.
wolu.
I had stomach upset.
Abirin besuo kono ngo boro min ka use immediately ngo landi nun tabulo ka.
When I was home, the medicine that I used to use frequently, I had put it on the table.
Mantara nu moto kono.
That was not in the vehicle.
Nga nko en nabago kono jibe nga jibe fa bi jele ba ya bondi majeje.
I told them to check into my bag. I checked there, but it was not there.
Don't start taka phono.
I started to vomit,
Worried.
and they were worried.
Nko I need to talk to my people
I told them that I need to talk to my people
so that is ala mune be keri.
so that they will know what is happening.
Wato le list kumandi.
That was when they called Liz.
Is ko en na fundi na nga mon call.
Liz told them to give me back my phone, and I called people.
Nga kumandiro ke wala nyama na koto ke dola.
That was how I called one of my senior brothers.
Wona ta na naji.
He came there.
atodum
He's late now. Bakar Ndembo Sonko.
Akarin Dembo Sonko.
Abandoned some time back.
He is late now, some time ago.
Abing after that nga urang.
When he came, I undressed.
Mbele kumbota nyola.
Cried together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I am
Mune wasa.
balo jinyang no.
Because the state of my body that he saw,
Mbele kumbota nyola.
we cried together.
Anatana akonye ko bayri ngalo ebe janne
He said to me, well, now that I know you are here,
ko inela sonte bula janne
if God wills it, you will leave this place.
but not now understand after covering infindita
What I came to understand later, after I was released,
or some personnel of the NIA
that some personnel of the NIA,
well they at found one provide distance from the case because he found the case ni be he found
that they want him to distance himself from the case because he was the one involved in this case.
sonte tata Morocco no wala for 14 days.
So I was in that detention like that for 14 days.
Well, lunkilin on Friday,
One day, on a Friday,
nga moy tableau te ka for CEESAY.
I heard it been said, we are the CEESAY.
Gatsol kay ko CEESAY juma kay membe detain ninja. Because at the time inte dam mala be nunje for almost 10 days. Lunkilin ne musudo sammananje iko wala ka baba job la musola allowance o diala through Libyan correspondence nyito yo fana muta wala asamana.
When they asked the guards asked which CEESAY, because at that time I was the only one in detention there for only for 10 days. It was one day that one lady was brought in. They said the lady was the one transacting the allowance for Baba Job's wife with the Libyans.
So iko station.
He told him, come and collect this guy and take him to the Abuko station.
So one at a fuel coupon or do you drive Ola?
He came, gave fuel coupons to the driver.
Don't any warning NIA escort me.
Myself, that individual and the NIA escort.
That Abuko station.
We went to the Abuko station. When we arrived, it was just past 1 p.m.
Okay. Hand over, it will say it.
They handed me over and they returned. I was seated behind the counter and I was chatting with the SO.
ko do en statement ota
He told one officer to take my statement.
aya start
He started.
tata fonyato ay kalalandi
After some time, he placed down the pen.
ay kuma kama fa ko ntete nyin kila moy wati be molo safele be dundila doro be ka fenke.
He said, I will not do this against anyone. Every time you are writing things and just implicating people.
Eso kay ko ela do ko ke just do your job.
SO said to him, just do your job.
Abalanta
He refused.
defon na statement o safe
I was the one that wrote my own statement.
masalo sidan tata sali
Friday prayer time came and I went and performed my prayers.
to fanan salta jumoto je be salta jumoto seta na
All of us prayed at the mosque and we returned back together.
woto le eso na commissioner call Bundu station
That was when the SO called the commissioner at Bundum station
akay CEESAY bijanne lafta sambal nanne
and told him that CEESAY is here, I want to bring him along.
kaya samana
He told him, bring him.
akay barin mototi janga akay ko ila motota ya samana
He said to him, but there is no vehicle here. But then he told him, take your own vehicle and bring him.
nyale wala private rota I drive to Bundu station
That was when he took his own private vehicle and drove me to the Bundum station.
kabin fudara dron ay hanover woni lansaro manjam fanyola ndata sali nata
When we arrived, he handed me over. It was just around 5 p.m.
atara janni mbita salola wo ko nyeko mo kumandi bang ay ne bail
But before I went for the 5 p.m. prayers, someone said to me, call someone to come and bail you.
akonye CEESAY wolon tol de ndajanda akonye binen sojar NIA police akonye mbele janjanta be nyinin kan
He said to
way
me,
kudeta le ke bort
CEESAY, that day we were all worried here. The soldiers, NIA, police, we were all scattered, here trying to look for you. They said you attempted a coup d'etat and you ran away.
then nteta sali nata woni wo mo fanana na aketa kilimoti
I went and prayed, came back, and it coincided with the arrival of these other people.
nganda belo dada teta suo kono that Friday
My bail was prepared and I went home that Friday.
nyanta report
So who accused you of making a coup d'etat and running away?
mala yin tumiro le kan ka foko ila to ye kure dala ke iborita
well amam to fonye passé
He did not say, identify anyone per se,
ra comme akonye le ko ye kudeta le ke bort
but he just said to me that they said you attempted a coup d'etat and ran away. Yes.
To who was that told?
come back
To whom was that statement made? To who were you reported to have?
commissioner the commissioner B division B division
The commissioner B division.
Said you were accused of a coup d'etat.
right
e tumi kure dal
Did he tell you to whom was that accusation made?
fo aya fo
Did
no
he reach Yaya Jammeh?
fo ya fo en bang tumiro nyinga fo da malema fo ya jamelen ba
comme lafta ya jamel kudeta
But I wanted to stage a coup d'etat against Yaya Jammeh.
But was Yaya Jammeh informed?
ya jame ya kala mutandi la ba
your information all diatela that was why na file about the phone
That was the information they gave him, which was why he had my file with him.
ibente
That
nyinin
is-
kan non wolun
But
wolen
this is something you don't know. This is just hearsay.
ba ni mukule de me alon ko ita
malo
ma
no
ngunu kumolan ro
na detention o wato be molo no foka be frata station o tele yo foni
During the
na belo kola
course of my detention, I did not know. But when I got to the station, after the bail, I got the information.
When you were interviewed by Gajaga and Sol Baji, did they say anything about coup d'etat?
birin gajaga ning solbaji e sindike nyininga fo e kuma fo en ba men sujida ning kure dala ko la ba
hani wolente la kibarol ta bay to man kibar dinte na manke e kaytol min dinna anin ka fonyo ko na kayto be ya fon
They took information from me, but they did not give me any information apart from the paper they gave me, and also to tell me that my file was with Yaya Jammeh.
From that interview with Sol Baji and Gajaga, did you have anything to suggest to you that they suspected you of having been involved in a coup d'etat?
o nyinin karol nin jabiro men dambe de nin gajaga nin solbaji tema fok fennata ne sondo mo kono ba memba tabi sabatin le sondo mo kono ko asikeno nyinu de be nyininga kan ko lafta kure da ko leken
hani na miral manta o kam fa
I did not even think of that.
for all intents and purposes, it was still about this cattle and the obstruction and the assault.
hamo aning la miro be même si da jabe tata nada wala nisi kuoti
ni boy ngaw min kenka woda ma wala bente ko kono no
The cattle and the attack that they did to me, that was what was in my mind.
And was that the only subject of the interview?
muna nyini karol ni jabiro nyimbe sio nyinga be tata nada wala
Yes.
So this issue about you being involved in a coup d'etat, that was something that was later.
munda nyin kude da ko nyi yemme foyeta yetu men o keda nyaato da do mandin ko nyin kono
nata wolo nyaado la
Came to know that later.
All right. Proceed, please.
enten
mbe bola je akonye ko you be report la on bail on Monday.
When I was leaving, he told me you report on bail on Monday.
defana nada dum ko to ka nyinin ka jumale case report jam
When
ka fo kon ta ku de tale ke jumale nyin case samana jam
I asked him, who reported this case here that I attempted a coup d'etat?
ko pa boja
He said, Paboja.
na min mention num before ko atil tambita num team follow nyaato min nata kan tojo
He was the one I named here earlier that he led the team that came to torture me.
okay ala residency malum bang
I said, well, but do you know where he resides?
ka malum
He said he does not know.
okay intene na friend nata nata kadama ya because it's a common person to me nganyolo ne nata hadama ya interstate
Because he was someone that I knew. We had a lot of good relationship. After that, I went home.
different nata na consultation okay kiskisi rola lal to tarin kal kakata ke pour kalo jumala fa bo janda na mun tole
Later on, I mounted my own investigations to try to know who Paboyang was.
na kaf nyoma do tatandala nunje butu wona ta fanye ko ka fay lamin mane I think he works with the TRRC here.
One of my colleagues was, I think he works with the TRRC, Akolamin Mane. He said to me that
Pabojang ntela friend la mani wala be do wala.
Abojang is a friend of a friend with whom they work together.
Konye maje mina dindu sunna no wo bunjang to jana. Konye ani wala be do ko wala mala kasiat.
The boy that was circumcised is working with
the boy the child that you circumcised, his father works with Pabojang and he is his cashier.
Okay.
Then okay, akonye wata kera problem to pur kawaji.
He said to me it would not be a problem to see him.
So after ngamfonye ndindo mandindro,
after I relaxed for a short while,
Ntata pur kata was Sajaje. That guy's name is Saja Kamara.
I went to see that Saja Kamara
with my friend Lamin.
My friend Lamin.
Then Saja called Pabojang. That was on Saturday. Saja Pabojang called Akayako.
Saja called Pabojang and said to him,
"Ye nko nka doctor mi nyini wolung suto la e o mona doctor ti de let ngayin case ngayin fa ngayin ko fa."
That doctor we were looking for the other night is my doctor. Let's terminate this case.
Okay. Pabojang kai okay mfele kanilai.
Pabojang said to him, I am in Kanilai.
Sunday bina ida kiti o sifo bang. Ni sa te fulo kilina ka nyanta musola ni so sambala je ila garden kafuku lemba. Nyanta ni so sambala woleje nim benta je sa ko discuss that Sunday.
He said he was coming to either Kiti or Sifo because he was taking cattle to one of the women groups there, and that if he came on that Sunday, we could meet there and discuss.
Did you meet him on the appointed date?
Amanke.
It never happened.
Did you subsequently get to meet him?
Yeah.
We have to.
Yes, I want to question. Narana Paboja meetle.
We eventually went to meet Paboja.
I promised Diko Nimbe report la bail next Obata la case in fat.
He gave a promise that by the next time I would report for bail, that would have the time that the case would have been terminated by then.
For the prosecutor konyako akonye CEESAY.
But when I arrived, the prosecutor said to me, CEESAY,
konyela in case
this case of yours,
coming for Nija Ninka order means of Santo man killing. Tabena doko kelel.
What you are telling me and the order I'm getting from up above is not the same, but I will do my work.
Nka ila do ko ken tela ko be ala la bulu kana hani simfanya na sindila do ko don tela ko be ala la bulu.
I told him, do your work. I leave my things are in the hands of God.
So
do not be negligent in your work any bit.
A correspondence do fananta mbarindi ma do bije telem no youth leader tinu APRC.
One of my nephews was a youth leader with the APRC.
Ka fay Modou Ndiaye.
Called Modou Ndiaye.
Fananim pa da pa boja nyin kafta baake.
He is very close to Paboja.
Do fanay case nyin ko kala muta ko no pa boja would not be a problem.
When he got to know about the case, he said to me, Paboja would not be a problem.
Nate fananta ta je that de majino akonyo ko al intebina mulla la ngaje. Akonyo silang hakil ton ko so to case
I went together with him to Paboja, but we could not meet him. But he said to me, he will return back to meet him. But he told me to calm down and stop worrying.
Because what one na do kudlato every Friday, every Monday, nkana report le for a warning letter din na do kudlato.
Because that time at my place of work, I used to report every Monday and Friday to the extent that I was given a warning letter at my place of work.
Right, so atata pa Abojang meet.
He eventually met Pabojang.
Abojang kayako, this case is beyond me now.
Pabojang said to him, this case is beyond me now.
Donc me mintarla nyato si ojibe.
And I said, well, whatever we are going to meet ahead of us, we'll get to know.
The next report on bail, data report on bail ko take wrong.
As I went to report on bail again,
prosecutor konyoko sijang.
Prosecutor said to me, sit here. I sat there.
After 1 hour.
After 1 hour.
For some reasons, I don't know.
I called my place of work and informed them that I am detained here for some time and I do not know for what reasons.
Prosecutor you are going to court today.
Prosecutor came out with some files with one other individual and they told me that today you are going to court. I said it's good.
I'm going to court. I may not come early today.
I called my office again and informed them that I was going to court and that I will not come to early today. They took me to a place where there were 2 chambers. I was sitting in the first chamber and Edward, who was the judge, came. Magistrate.
Kabin coming on your own and young tende akonye muneketa janimbe experience no that ladra akonye mbatunga uranganana.
Since we were acquainted to each other, we just held each other like this and he said to me, what happened? And before I started explanation, he told me, let me go and undress and come back.
Janabinala.
Before he came back,
konye CEESAY.
They said to me, CEESAY,
Najang,
come here.
Yensa on the chamber door.
They transferred me to another chamber.
Okay, prisoners bench leka.
I went inside and I went on my own and sat on the prisoners bench.
Court rise.
I was there and there was a knocking and an announcement, court rise.
Magistrate
A magistrate came in.
He was puzzled.
When our eyes locked, he was puzzled. He's my younger brother, he's a loved one, and he's someone that I have a very good rapport with. As we were there, our case was called. One boy stood up and said that I knocked him with a vehicle.
In fact, a lot of mandiamuno from prosecutor the funk I fatal mafunyeta kimotola wolumba.
In fact, he stood and could not speak. It was a prosecutor who said to him, did you not say that this man knocked you with a vehicle the other day? And he was saying yes, yes, and he was trying to hold his waist.
Sorry. But before all this, did you later have a discussion with the magistrate to indicate to him what the charges were against you, or what the allegations were against you?
Yes.
Case la call follow caller.
After the first, the case was called for the first time.
That I asked
I went to him, to his home.
Konye ngoto mamune keda ko kami ngi sirim prisoners bench confirm feje muntu mane nye problem so do fa asamba prison
said to me, my elder brother, what's the matter? When I saw you sitting on the prisoner's bench, I said to myself, what has this guy done? And when I was with Lamin Mane, said I was surprised.
Nga situation no explain ko nga ko mo sudan ka ni so la alhala ko in fact yow la kente fa wala wonu ko nyente be ni si rango normal no be koma rango jam fata na case file be mbulu nyante review la janni be sitting shot la sama.
So just to make the story short, I explained to him about the whole incident of the cattle, and he said to me that that situation also happened to him. He was behind a row of cattle, and he had case files which he was trying to rush to deliver.
Kwenye kabiringa mfutata silo kuntutada menga the other lenta egesen the cattle.
He said when I got to where there was a cross junction and I took the other lane to avoid the cattle.
Kwenye mfutata la itolu kantarla la wato mena do inyapitana moto nyato iliyotana moto nyato and stop.
He said as soon as I got to where the herders were, they pounced on my vehicle and they stopped me.
Kwenye ko murukoma.
They told me to reverse back.
Kwenye bari nataji be ko nga judiciaire moto le bembulu anim fana ngandres nyameng iko nyeteta.
But after they realized that I was driving a judiciary vehicle and the manner that I was dressed, they asked me to proceed.
But you were ultimately prosecuted?
Yes.
What was the outcome?
Magistrate kwenye ko ye muro bondile mo silandi ya mo fitnandi muro la ko ba threatening violence dali la bantan charge la wala.
They were not coming to present themselves during the course, but in the end, the magistrate said to me, you took a knife and you threatened someone, and that you have been found wanting on that aspect. We are going to fine you, or you'll spend this amount of time in prison.
What was the fine?
Sanji killing wara 5,000.
1 year or 5,000. But then he asked me, do you have anything to plead to the court? I told him I am a medical personnel, and during the 14 days of my detention, I have lost 12 patients who are HIV patients.
How did you lose them?
No, they died at the clinic. They were going for this presidential treatment, and they were not able to cope up.
They went for the president's treatment.
Could you give us a list of those? Not now. Later, give us a list of all those people who died. They died in the PATP, you said?
No, at my clinic, at the German clinic, yes.
But they were part of the PATP?
Right.
All right, and they died?
Yes.
When they died, were they still part of the PATP?
No, they gave up, came back for the RTV, retroviral treatment.
So they gave up on the PATP and came back for antiretroviral. But they couldn't make it?
They couldn't.
What do you say about the presidential treatment program? Did it work for the patients you met or did not?
If there was any benefit, it's the drinking of the milk, eating of the meat, and eating bananas. Other than that, there is no other benefit. There is no benefit in terms of cure.
All right. So, and then what happened?
Council, I think it's important for us to get that list from him, notwithstanding the fact that they had left him at the program already.
Yes, we will get the list.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then what happened after that?
When I made that plea, then he wrote down something and said, you will pay 1,000 or spend a month in prison. So we, I and Mane went and paid the 1,000, and we were issued a receipt.
Yantena tana case nyimbanta wala nyama.
That was the end of the case.
What did you do after that?
Ina na muna ke wokola.
Ha ntata na clinic oto.
I went to my clinic.
Nintu babo mbedo kola enke nkumandi santa kwenye langa kwenye man safe jam.
The European that I was working, or the white man that I was working with, said to me, called me upstairs and said to me, Lang, it's not safe for you to be here.
Akonye bifa mo nata jang. Ngalo no ko manke sasa toti, they were asking for you.
Said today, people came here, they were asking for you, but I know that these are not people who are sick.
Kwenye batunga 15 days holiday dila ngejo kodora. Ye finti domandi rest.
Said to me, let me give you a 15-day holiday and pay you some money so that you can go and rest.
So
that was what I did. I went home, left there some money.
Then
I went to Senegal.
And for how long did you remain in Senegal?
Itara Senegal for what did you do?
6.5 years.
6.5 years.
Why did you stay in for 6.5 years?
Mane sabu ajare ta puri tara mane membe Senegal memu Senegal bango sanji woro nim feng.
Komin tambital halo min kono and luma min nam bota jang on the 5th of November.
Because of the experience I have gone through, and the day that I left here on the 5th of November, that day I was informed that people came to look for me at home in the night. To save my life and also to put the mind of my family members at rest. I left the country so that I can have peace of mind.
And how did all this impact your life?
The difficulties it brought me are many. Lack of peace of mind alone. The families is scattered. Their education was retarded. I was there with a woman who got pregnant in my absence.
One of my daughters got impregnated, teenage pregnancy, which is not our desire.
My eldest son died in my absence. And while I was away, he was the one who was running things and helping with the family sustenance. In fact, the day that he died, I called him that morning.
Because
I was working with some people who made a payment, so he was to go and receive the balance. I called him and told him that these people said that we should go and collect the balance. And he said okay, and I gave him the number. I left Kaolack, going to Tambakunda. I got to Kafrin around 11. I called him and he said he has spoken to them and that they had asked him to go there around 11 to pick it.
After 1 kata 2 ka.
When I got to Tamba, between 1 and 2, I prayed and relaxed for some time. Around 4, they called to say that he drowned.
That was the end of him.
That was the end of him.
Do not manage one other impact sort of buying abandoning. Other impact, very negative impact sort of akabara. Because abota failed wrong incidents in Keta, so Akatubarala, Akilo Mountain Kuno, Brunata Fere, and in Dindin Fulo, Toddler's all, anyone on a very risky road, well in Tamba.
That caused serious implication on the mom, because after that happened, she used to have these frights. So that led me to try for her and the 2 kids who were toddlers to make a risky journey to join me where I was in Senegal. I went to Basse through Wiringara. And I went and picked them up.
When did you return to Gambia?
Sanjumale muruna na Gambia Bangkok.
2017, end of 2017.
I think around end of 2017.
No further questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Council, and thank you, Mr. CEESAY, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Kiaman ko inu marabake council inu marabake Mr. CEESAY me musero ti ila sede andiro do commission nyati.
And we sympathize with you for the suffering that you endured in the hands of agents of the state.
Ko haninga bi balafa be kang kolea lementaki na bankola tango bunda do bulal bulo kono.
Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate.
Commissioner ninga dramo nyini karo so sedo isa itali.
If not, if you have any remarks and closing remarks to make, please proceed to do so now.
Tembera commissioner moma so men lafte nyini kala silang kumo be bulu ninga tre kuma so be lafte gela kumo da so men na isi tende.
Be ala tentula don be commissioner in tentula be banko ma sakunda fanan tentula.
Thank God, thank the Commission and also the government of the day.
Ela hakili nyimma la kanyin nyon kafolo ndi pruka tonya finti ndi moluka.
For their foresight in establishing this commission to unravel the truth for the good of the population.
Ba manta be ngotala fananka nto sene andi fananka to kuma jamal le fota.
I also take this opportunity to clear my name because so many things have been said.
Mol ba fola mole fa jana
People are saying,
aborta aindia la ni so letaki aborta kudeta leke aborta kumol siata.
People are saying he has killed someone and he ran away. He killed Yaya Jammeh's, he knocked and killed Yaya Jammeh's cattle and ran away. He planned a coup d'etat and ran away. Many things have been said.
Barimbe nyi senen le molla ko manku ke mola mollel boytanka ye balafi wotilinna ye mantora yentora ngabe ke ala la kijeti ngala ta afefana.
But I'm saying to everyone that I have done nothing wrong. It was people who pounced on me and maltreated me and made me to suffer, but I leave everything in the hands of God.
Bari namuto kono ngalo nako banku dingo banko kanja mol buka kuke mo ile mole ka wula ne bole ye wulila kuwala.
But during the time of my detention, I came to realize that here in this country, nobody does not anything. It is people who get up on their own and report you, and then they come after you.
Let's
be very cautious with the way we deal with one another, and also to give everybody their right. Let us give peace a chance to thrive inside the country. That way is the security grouping that is here, ECOMIC.
Let
us be very careful with them and give them a chance so that peace will reign in the country. I am not saying that our security services cannot maintain peace in this country, but
Africa beto wunno le kamo fay bundama pour ye kafu moluma pour ka kairo sabatindi 15 ke wonyama hani.
But the whole of Africa will not agree on one voice to create a security wing just for doing so sake.
Aketo lalle to ay jelu wati so wala nam fanam ba kala jasi jam fana wati ala mare kay wakay banko kan ni muslim banko be.
Such moves have been done in other countries and it augured well for them, which is why it is also going to be done for this country and it will also augur well for the Gambia. I thank you all.
My
health situation is something that is also of interest to me.
Anina muta wucho aka wucho minta okala fale sa abuka famanna babanta na muta wucho nyinsi tambi lundola.
Before I used to experience the trouble intermittently, but after my detention the occurrences are more frequent than before.
And so
that is something that is worrying me, and I'm throwing out there my appeal for assistance.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. CEESAY. Again, we share your pain and the difficulties and the losses that your family endured.
Kabi Mr. CEESAY kolea la mentaki inin bele ba kolea nyin kola anin ni kuya anin fo ifora menna inin dol bele otala.
Council will take a 30-minute break. That is okay. Would the next witness be ready by then?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, good. Fine. We'll come back at 12:45. Meeting is adjourned.
Hello and welcome. Bijang, and with me in the studio I have Mr. Omar Jammeh. This guy has been following Coffee With for a very long time. He named the episode that happened like 2 years ago. I was like, wow, okay, this guy is a great follower. So he's here today to share his story. You know, he's done amazing things with youth work, but obviously I don't want to tell you a lot in the introduction, so I'll now introduce this man. Thank you. Welcome to Coffee With.
Thank you so very much, Shenabu, for having me. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I know you're leaving today, so, you know, it was good to grab you before you go. Yeah. So do tell Coffee With who Omar Jammeh was before he got involved with the Janjanbureh United Sustainable Tourism and Community Training Organization.
Thank you very much, Shenabu, for that wonderful